Hello, my name is Jacinda, and welcome to episode 3 of the Rainbow Diaries. Now, if this is your first time here, this is a series that I am making of my process in making an EP independently. And I thought this episode, since it has been a month since I have been recording, I would share some of what I've learned and some tips for other beginners. Okay, so what I have learned since I first started is sometimes the recording is not your fault. Like, if it sounds weird or if there are outside noises that you can't really avoid, you might just have to wait to record later, or you might have to figure something out with your microphone. I bought 2 different interfaces, and both of them did not work with my computer, but I have learned that is because it is a Chromebook. So Chromebooks could not download the software needed to use the interfaces, and it requires a plug and go interface. I did not know that at first, but now I do. And I've just decided to not use an interface because I'm a big fan of Kevin Atwater, and his first EP sounded very natural and not overproduced, and it kind of just felt like you were listening to someone right next to you, and I kind of like that vibe for my first EP. Obviously, going forward, I do want the production and the sound to improve, but I'm just myself. I don't really have a budget except for what my parents are willing to pay for, and I don't ask them for a lot. My mom offered to get me this guitar since my other one was a lot smaller, and it was just not sounding as well as it used to. So yeah, only really make investments if you need to. If you need an interface because you have a different kind of computer, then you can probably get a good one, but do your research is what I will say for that. What I've also learned is that I have been playing guitar for 5 years, but I've never recorded guitar, and I've never really timed myself, and it has been hard to get the timing right. I've been doing it a bit too fast, so I've had to learn to slow down and not try to rush through it just to get through a recording. Sometimes you just want to keep going and try to make it the best recording that you can, but to get a good recording, you have to really lock in and just try to focus on the music and let your emotions guide you. If you make some mistakes on the recording, I feel these days we don't hear as much natural noises, guitars, when you move your finger across them, it's gonna make that slide noise that some people absolutely hate. But I think that's a good indication that it's not AI these days. So, if you make little mistakes and you can hear the slides or you can hear buzzing, I would just leave some of it in, because you aren't going to get a perfect recording realistically if you are making it all by yourself and you have no one else, unless you are a genuinely talented guitarist and singer and just whatever instrument you play. You're just gonna have to do with what you have if you have no one else helping you and have no one else to record guitar and mix and master. Sorry, my mom is mowing. But yeah, so just work with what you have, really. And well, I use BandLab, which I know some people don't like BandLab, but it's just been useful for me personally because my computer has very little space on it. So if I can have my music all up in a cloud, that really helps. It has been making some like popping noises, but you know, recently it's been okay. And sometimes I think it's my headphones, so you never know. So just like sometimes you can just take your headphones out and just listen to it raw and just see how you like it. And I think the most important thing that every aspiring songwriter, singer, musician, whatever, don't make things that you don't like. I will say this until the end of time. Some songs I have scrapped because I just was not feeling it. And if you're not feeling it, you don't have to push yourself to keep working on a song that you don't want to spend your time on. We only have so much time, and you know, some people are also working jobs while making music, so they just have to go in and get their take, and whatever happens is whatever happens. So like, don't stress about it too much. You know, sometimes what you think is like terrible and you absolutely hate, someone will like think is so unique. And I think it's so interesting because we all have like different ears and different tastes. So, you know, just whatever you think sounds good and whatever you are willing to spend your time on, just do that. Okay, well, I think that is all I have today. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. Also, don't forget to comment if you have any recommendations or have any updates on your personal story. Bye!